Help support our coverage with a free account on Privacy, the service that keeps your bank information private when shopping online. Get $5 right now to try the service at plughitzlive.com/privacy. Hello Internet, I'm Scott with PLUGHITZ Live, part of the Tech Podcast Network. We are here at CES 2019. We're at the Z-Wave Alliance Pavilion with Jasco. I've got all kinds of switches and stuff around me. We'll find out about those in a second, but first, introduce yourself for me.
My name's Craig Morris. I'm one of the product managers with Jasco Products.
Very cool. And what does Jasco Products do? It looks like we've got a lot of light switches and stuff behind us.
Well, Jasco builds a lot of products. It's a 40-plus-year-old company dealing in consumer electronics, home electrical products, and then also emerging technology products like Z-Wave and other communicating types of products in the line. Jasco has been in the Z-Wave category since 2006. We have the largest array of lighting control products in the Z-Wave platform, bar none. And we have considerable distribution through the Z-Wave products and both in brick and mortar and online, as well as custom install. Expanding.
So you don't just focus on consumer or install. You kind of go with both markets.
We do. So we have the opportunities in both. We supply a lot of the installer base with our Jasco branded products. We supply the retail base with our GE branded products. Jasco is a GE licensee for the product lines. We also picked up the Honeywell license last year, so we've also got a similar array of products under the Honeywell brand that we work with Honeywell, and then we also have an online program with their product.
Gotcha. So what are we introducing? What are we showing off here today?
Well, expanding from our lighting control products that we have, we're expanding our base into our sensor products, such as door sensors and flood-free sensors, motion sensors. And although we've had it in our line, we just received the Excite Award from CEDIA for Best Design Product. It's our in-wave motion dimmer product that combines both a light switch and a motion sensing switch in one, right? Utilizes Z-Wave's multi-channel technology to allow it to basically perform the functions of two items compressed into one. It's an occupancy vacancy switch. It's compliant for use in California. Means it gives you auto on, auto off, or manual on, manual off, or you can put it in manual mode and have it separately run, so you can put it into security systems. Provides a tremendous amount of flexibility in the programming that we have, which our custom installers like, right? Because they can set the dim level rates that you can do. You can set the sensitivity levels. A lot of flexibility for products. We find this used a lot in custom installs for retirement centers, and they'll put several of these throughout the house or the living environment, and that way they can track if there's any motion or the motion hasn't been detected for several hours. They can send someone down to the room to check to make sure that everyone's okay.
All right. So this is, an upgraded version of just a standard. I've walked into the room and I can make the lights come on that have been around for a while. This motion sensor is a full motion sensor. It works on the whole system. It can trigger alarms and things like that as well.
Absolutely. It all depends on what we give all that functionality to provide that information to the hub, and then the hub, the app that runs the hub, they can do that. So for instance, you can walk in from your garage. This is in your laundry room. Typically, as soon as you walk in, turns on the light overhead, but you can then send a message back to the hub that says, hey, this light's been activated. It can then run a routine to light the path. So in my house, when you walk in, the wife gets home at 5 o'clock, it detects that, turns on the light, but then it turns on all the other lights in the house, so she never had to enter into a dark home.
That's great, and that's one of those things that a system like Z-Wave gives you the ability to do.
And having two different functionalities, so it does the light control as well as the motion, you can actually include it in part of a security system. One of the things about the dimmer that they like is that it has so many features. For instance, the installer can put it in and he can set it in switch mode. So instead of doing a dimming ad, they can just have it immediately on, immediately off, so it allows them some flexibility to their install process.
Gotcha. Now, I see we've got some other switches down here as well that look significantly different.
We're introducing a new super slim door sensor that mounts. It's probably, we think, one of the thinnest on the market. Simple battery operation, has auto pairing, so you simply pull the tab off, recognizes at the hub, mounted back up. It has two contacts on it, so it has contact on this side, contact on that side, so you can mount it this way, put it over here or here, so you can do windows going up, down, sliding glass doors, right? Very thin. So we like to focus on the WAF, the wife acceptance factor, right? Want to be able to, you can paint this, comes in different colors, so you can put it in different doors. You want to be able to disappear. And then if you notice, there's super thin, razor thin magnets that we have. There's two options. There's one that will work a ½ an inch away and one that will work 1 inch away. And you turn those sideways and they disappear into the woodwork. It makes a very discreet appearance for the application. The second item that we're working on that we'll bring to market shortly is our flood freeze sensor. And you simply pop open the cap, put it in pairing mode, pull this tab out, it activates it, it automatically pairs up, snap it in place, has a separate audio or audible alarm in it, goes up to 90 dB, because for some reason leaks only occur at 2 in the morning and you may not hear your phone notified, but you will hear this. Sure. And then
and so will some of the people around you.
Well, that's true, but that's what you want.
It's fine.
We've recessed the pins on the bottom so they're 1 millimeter below the feet, so you can place it onto a metal surface. It doesn't interact with that. So we try to get a fire and forget type of point, because commodes are a typical hazard for constant flooding. So you want to be able to set these around. You can plug it into a triple head adapter on it. You can actually cover 3 different areas up to 30 feet away. So you could have it like under your kitchen sink, your dishwasher, and your refrigerator all tracking off of one device. If you wanted to mount this near an electric water heater, you can pop open this port and you can put in a micro USB. You don't have to worry about the battery supply. And then we have a separate probe that you can plug into the bottom half. It drops down in so the signal's not blocked. Again, it has recessed ports so you don't interact with the metal base. Right. So trying to come up with a very simple process for protecting your home on that. And then
I really like that that you can either use the device direct on the surface or with a remote sensor.
And it comes self-contained, so you have that option when you buy the product, right?
All right, so that both the external sensor is in the box.
Exactly. And then lastly, we're also introducing our new line of controllers, portable controllers. We've got a hub controller, a simple hub controller, and we also have scene controllers. You can operate them off the wall, or you can take them off and operate them portable. You can set it on your coffee stand. We have a magnetic base that you can pop it into. The hub controllers will simply send a notification message that button A or button B has been pressed back to the hub. And then the hub, it's up to the user to decide, do I want this device, all these devices? So you have two different buttons to offer two different things that you want it to do. We also have a 4-button one that you can do that.
And then so that works in the same way that we talked about with the motion sensor working. It sends a signal back to the hub, and the hub says, I know what to do, and it does whatever it does.
Exactly.
This doesn't have to know anything about what it's supposed to do.
Right. It's just sending the signal out back to that, exactly confirming it, and then the hub does that. Now, our second option that we have is our scene controllers. And these are actually mini hubs, right? You can actually pair this with a light switch, and there's your network. You can put up to 20 devices in each one of these, right? So I could have a bank of lights turn on, dim up, turn off, dim down. Again, keeping you, where's my cell phone? I didn't bring this up. You bring this over. I get ready for movie time. I simply just press the button, and it brings it down to a certain scene that I've already set. I can then take and decide if I want to go from a device developed layout and I want to use a hub, then this will work as a secondary remote, right? So we can do that. We have a 2-device, a 2-scene system, and a 4-scene system, and of course the single scene.
Very cool.
And so all those will be shipping within the second quarter of the year.
Okay. And what kind of price points can we expect on this, or price ranges can we expect?
On the various products, between $29 up to $49, depending on the configuration and the margin requirements. And
Okay. So nothing extravagant.
You can build and add to it, and that's the benefit to the Z-Wave is you make the system as robust as you need.
And the things don't all have to have your logo on them. If somebody else has a product that really fits a particular aesthetic or whatever, they'll all work together so long as there's Z-Wave.
Absolutely, that's the benefit of Z-Wave is that they're all interoperable. Doesn't matter when you made it or who made it; they all work together, right?
Right. Well, if people want more information about these products and the whole line, how can they get that?
You can go to easyzwave.com or you can go to jascoproducts.com and you'll see our full product line.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for talking to me today and telling me about all these products.
Excellent. I appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity.
Absolutely. For continuing CES 2019 coverage, stay tuned to plughitzlive.com/CES.